Oh, okay, for the. Good morning, Richland County. It's 9:30 a.m. on Thursday, December 14th. I'm Richland County Commissioner Cliff Mears, joined by my fellow commissioners, Darrell Banks, Tony Vero, our clerk, Stacy Kroll, and our county administrator, Andrew Keller. So online, we have Alan Kyle from the media. And our first order of business is to certify the record of proceedings for December 12th. Got a motion?
Second.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero.
Yes.
I have a motion to approve the weekly transfer and appropriation requests.
So moved. Second.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Banks, Commissioner Vero.
Yes.
Here, I have a motion to approve Shelby's annual payment for council fees agreement.
So moved. Second.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Vero.
Got a couple of appointments. Boards, I think we can do these together. First one is for the Law Library Board to re-up Randy Hutchison from January 1st, 2024 to December 31st of 2028. And for the Richland County Children's Services Board to re-up Jim Nicholson from January 1st of 2024 to December 31st, 2027. And reappoint Andy Poor to his first full term.
Randy would be it.
Pardon me?
Randy. Randy Poor.
Brandy.
Ain't Randy. Nar.
Oh, that's what I said, didn't I?
Nope.
Did I say Randy?
You said Brandy.
I said Brandy?
She's a fine wife.
Thought I said Randy. Anyway, to appoint Randy Poor with an R, his first term of January 1st of 2024 to December 31st, 2027. Can I have a motion for those two? Three.
So moved.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero.
Yes.
I have a motion to authorize Job and Family Services to offer employment to two candidates that Lori had selected.
So moved. Second.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero.
Yes.
Is there any other business before we recess for the public hearing at 10 o'clock?
I got nothing.
Okay.
Can we go down to, we're awarding those things, so,
Yeah, we'll wait till Adam's here.
Adam wanted to be.
okay,
Yeah, he'll be here for the department head meeting
okay.
for that. So for the time being, we will recess at 9:33 until 10 o'clock for the public hearing for SNS.
Question.
Oh, you got
Oh,
questions?
Okay. Al, what's your question? I'm sorry.
Those GFS employees, are those anything special or are those just, regular routine?
A referral specialist two and a unit support worker two.
Okay, and Randy Poor was which board? Children's Services?
Yes. Randy with an R, as I learned.
Okay, Y at the end or I at the end? Is it a him?
Yes, it's a him with a Y, Randy.
Yeah, that's all I had. Thank you.
Oh, that's Pore, by the way.
Well, I guessed right.
He fulfilled a term for somebody, and so, but this is his first full term that we're appointing.
Okay, that's all I had. Thank you.
Okay, anything, Carl?
No, sir, I am fine, but thank you.
Okay. We'll recess until 10 o'clock. Well, good morning again. It's 10 o'clock. And Mercer County Board of Commissioners is back in session. I'd like to enter into a public hearing for SNS aggregates for the brine annual application. We have before us a request for approval to apply salt brine from oil and gas well extraction to private roads and property owned by SNS aggregates. And we have Kent here from SNS in the audience here. Is there anything you'd like to say about this, sir?
Just that it benefits the townships that can't really afford salt prices nowadays.
So like I said, do you use it for dust control at all? Do you use it for dust control at all on your property?
No, not as much as it did in the past.
So this is applying,
Water truck now.
okay, so this is applying the salt brine to the grit that the townships buy to help with ice control.
Yes.
Well, thank you for that quick summary. And for the record, on December 13th, the Board of Commissioners had a public hearing on this. No objection was voiced at that time.
Are there any questions? Carl, Al, do you have any questions?
Nope, thank you.
Al?
No, thank you.
You can close the public.
We exit the public hearing?
Yep.
Okay, which we will do. We're out of public hearing. So could I have a motion to approve the resolution to do so?
So move. Second.
Mr. Mears.
Yeah.
Mr. Banks.
Yes.
Mr. Vero.
Yes.
We're coming in.
Sure, that was a quick one.
Easy. Have a great one. Stacy, we're on the record a couple minutes. You and I discussed yesterday, just to get it for Daryl, Cliff, Andrews' assumption. We gotta do the sales tax resolution. Sales tax is declining, right? This is the sales tax share with the jurisdictions, but since it's so late in the game, I don't think it's fair that we change anything and we keep it the same as last year, if you guys are okay with that, even though sales tax is declining.
Good.
Do we give them a percentage, not a dollar?
No, there's two, if you recall, there's a mileage and then there's an additional amount. There's a formula based on your road miles at the time of 1989. And then there's an additional amount. What we discuss in the resolution is that additional amount. And I'm recommended, and it's on us, that we didn't do it in the time frame we usually do. So this late in the game coming in, even though sales tax is declining, I don't think we should make any changes.
No, I don't think that would be fair to the townships and the villages.
How long have we been doing this?
It's 1989.
Ooh,
Mr. Keller and I have had fun conversations about this. So,
be working.
Well, it is what it is.
Stacy, if you just want to go ahead and,
I have it ready for next week's.
okay. And I'll shoot a note saying apologies, it didn't get to you. Hey, even though sales taxes declined 6, 7, we see no reason to make any changes.
Might be reasons, but we can't do it this short of notice.
That's why. Okay. Cool.
Any other business to come forward, board? Okay, with that, at 10:04, we'll go into recess till we have our department head meeting at 10:30. Good morning again. It is 10:30 a.m. Richland County Board of Commissioners is now in session. We are here for our department heads meeting, and it's a pleasure to be in the company of such lovely ladies who are our directors for Richland County, and Josh.
I'll just leave now.
And Alan Carl are still on the line? Okay. So I have two things I want to mention before you, well, one thing I want to mention before you introduce yourselves for the record. First of all, Josh will go first. He's got an appointment to make. I do want to point that out. And also we have an 11:15 with the engineer. So that's the time we have allotted. So if you make your comments brief and succinct and concise, much appreciated. So why don't we just, for the record, start with Rebecca and go through and identify ourselves, okay?
Rebecca Owens, Richland County EMA Director.
Amanda Miller, Richland Wastewater.
Janet Brock, Richland County Child Support.
Kelly?
Kelly Christensen, Director of Human Resources.
Missy Houghton, Richland County Dog Warden.
Lori Benson, Job and Family Services.
Michelle Miller, Youth and Family Council.
Josh Hicks, Maintenance Superintendent.
Michelle Swank, Director of Dayspring County Home.
Well, thank you all for making time out of your days to brief us on what's happening in your respective departments. So Josh, as I mentioned, why don't you go first?
So at the end of summer and fall, we kicked off the L2 clerk project, and it seems to be full force, going well. We're into it about 2 to 3 weeks now, and a lot of progress has been made. Looking forward to seeing that go on as the next year starts, and then also the elevators should be scheduled to start first part of the year. Done some preliminary stuff with that. Got the Christmas lights up
Looking good.
and forward to the new year.
You might just add that we're starting on fixing the building, the hallways, the restrooms, making plans for that. So we're going to see some improvements in that too.
Future improvements, yeah.
All right, so before you take off, Al, do you have any questions for Josh and maintenance?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Thanks, Carl.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Josh. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, Michelle?
Okay, well, I've been staying pretty busy with Youth and Family Council. Just to touch a base on our emergency clothing vouchers that we have allocated some money for our high school youth here in Richland County. I had a group of 6 so far in the last couple months here. And they can be referred to us by guidance counselors and other social service agencies. I recently had the opportunity to speak at the Housing and Security Symposium at LSU Mansfield alongside Dr. Anderman and Dr. Height, the interim dean and the assistant dean. Part of my strategic plan involves the transitional age youth. The focus on the 14 to 21 age group going into secondary education. I guess it went pretty well because I've been invited back to speak in February. We partnered with the JFS staff to collect items for the SAFE program here in Mansfield, Mansfield City Schools. 5 full boxes were collected between all the staff at JFS. Those items included different things like toiletries. We also did the birthday kits, so that birthdays can be celebrated in households. And then we also supplied hotel packs full with paper plates and silverware, well, plasticware. We approved a mini grant for $2,700 to support Richland County Domestic Violence Shelter. The money was used to create sexual assault survivor bags for our youth here in Richland County. Youth and Family Council is collaborating with CHAP and also Richland Public Health to service and support the Imagination Library Program. We've been meeting on that. We have another meeting on that tomorrow. Youth and Family Council is still on the search for a multi-system youth service coordinator. We are also in the need, we are also needing a parent rep to join our council. We have 2 right now. We need 3. The parent rep is a paid stipend. They do get a paid stipend to attend meetings. In January, we have our Lunch and Learn launching. It's gonna be called Rise. It's Richland Involved, Supported and Engaged. That meeting will be held on the second Wednesday of each month, January through October. We're taking November and December off just because of everyone's schedules with the holidays. Each of the meetings, they'll be held throughout Richland County at different agencies, and then people can come and collaborate and connect with other people in the same field or different field. We finally, as of yesterday, got the go ahead and start spending down some of the funds that we received through the Safe Communities grant, Strong Families Safe Communities grant. I'm excited to utilize those funds. I've been traveling to Columbus once a month to represent Richland County on the Regional Prevention Council for preventing childhood abuse and neglect, and traveling to Crawford County, Gallion and Marion to represent Richland County on the Community Action Council. Also, I've been invited and have joined the child advocacy meeting here in Richland County between Domestic Violence Shelter, Children's Services, and sheriffs, several other people. And then that's it. I guess that's what's been going on so far. The council.
That's a lot. Well done.
And maybe some other things in there.
Full schedule. Very nice. Lori?
Well, we continue to have some staffing needs at the JFS. We've had a continuous posting for caseworkers since July. We have several caseworkers in probationary training right now. And then we have we've had some interviews recently, so we'll be making some recommendations. So we just keep trying to bring on as many caseworkers as we can. It's a difficult job. Sometimes they get into the training and find that it's just not what they thought it was, and they just decide that it's not the best fit for them. So if you know of anyone, please, we have that posting out on the Richland County site as well as ohioneedsjobs.ohio.gov. And we have finalized invoices and all of the information for the Summer Youth Employment Program. And we had over 130 applicants for that program this year, 90 of which were determined to be eligible, finished all of the paperwork and got through the process. So they were placed in a variety of community work sites to include some food service, such as Third Cup of Tea, Two Cousins Pizza. They were working with the Mansfield High School Greenhouse, Ray Mountain. They've done some clerical and administrative types of jobs. They also were part of a project with the Elements of Art, creating projects for the gallery shop. And we also had a group of youth that were cleaning up the Bowman Street and Spring Mill Street area. So they did a variety of things, and I'm happy to say that with the TANF funding we could provide to Catalyst, again, we put 90 youth to work for between June and September. Then we're also in the process of our Brighten a Christmas program with the News Journal. 77 years for the News Journal this year. We have been involved for as many years as I can remember. I'm not quite sure when JFS became involved with the program, but for the past couple of years, we have had our volunteer shoppers as staff at JFS that volunteer in the shopping. And that has really helped our staff to understand that program more. It was always kind of separated and just a social service program, but we have about 6 of our staff that volunteer to go out and do the shopping and then take part in the distribution with the families. We have 13 families that we're seeking donations for. We continue to get donations. Those come through Mechanics Bank, and Mechanics Bank issues then gift cards to us, and we use those gift cards in the shopping. And anything that is left on a gift card is then given to the family as part of their donation from the community. So we will have the distribution next week on the 19th and the 20th. The families will come into the agency to pick up the items. We always look forward to that. We are also participating in an unemployment pilot project with the state. They have chosen about 13 Ohio Means Job Centers in the state, and they are placing unemployment adjudicator, claims adjudicator in the Ohio Means Job Centers to try to help address some of those more difficult problems that are occurring with unemployment. Not just that someone is having trouble actually filling out a claim online or something, our staff can help with that, but if they've been trying to deal with a claims manager over the phone and they've not been successful, this adjudicator can actually provide more in-depth assistance to those individuals. Although this is not, they have not advertised this. They will be in our Ohio Means Job Center on Thursdays between 8 and 4. So if someone is having a problem that has not been addressed yet by unemployment, we can encourage you as an agency to send them to our Ohio Means Job Center, and we should be able to help them.
Lori, I have a question on that. If an employer is having trouble with unemployment, can they come to talk to this person?
They could come, or they can call, they can probably call me, and that way I can direct them to this individual. That way they don't have to come into the center.
Thank you, Lori. Missy.
So I was rounding up the numbers so far for this year. We've brought in 1,037 dogs. We've either had them redeemed by their owners or adopted out 849 to date. Currently, we have 118 dogs in our facility. Channel 5 News and Channel 3 News have been involved with the shelter here recently. I went up and did an Adopt a Pet segment for the Channel 3 News, and they said that they'd like to have me come back with an adoptable dog periodically. Channel 5 News came down and did a story on the shelter and how full we were. They've been covering all through Ohio how full shelters are. So we've gotten significant donations in as a result of that. Our food has been replenished, so we're good for probably about 4 months on our food. So that's good. We're starting ideas for our plans for next year for fundraising for the shelter. So far we have a Easter egg hunt, a 5K, and a car show in the works. The volunteers are fundraising for our play yards. They've raised about $10,000 to add 2 additional play yards to the shelter. We need about 5,000 to 7,000 more to get that put in. I checked with Phillips Animal Hospital. We've treated 154 dogs there this year. We've spent $26,000, which was all donated through the community giving us money and the volunteer fundraising, and we still have $15,000 there. So every dog that comes into the facility that needs treatment, we're able to get it treatment, not have to worry about, do we have the money to cover that? So thanks to our volunteers in our community. The staff is still doing really good, where the amount of dogs that we have. And adoptions are going up. We have pretty significant adoptions. It's just last weekend we adopted out 10 and we got 8 in. So we just can't really catch much of a break. So
Additional adoptions at Christmas time, people get a dog for Christmas.
yeah, there are quite a few people that do that. And a lot of people are like, don't get presents, but there's studies that show that a lot of families, as long as everybody's committed to the idea, Christmas adoption is not a bad thing. So we're okay with that as long as, they end up taking the dog and it stays in a good home, and then we're okay with that. So
Turned on the TV and there was Richland County Channel 5. So I've seen that they did a very nice.
yeah, they did a really good segment.
Housing.
Yeah, I was happy with that.
So we have the celebrity dog warden here, right?
No, I try and hide. It doesn't really work well for me.
Nice.
So that's all I've got.
That's a lot. Kelly, what's up?
Well, it's been an exceptionally busy year. Just thinking back on it today, and I think vast majority of things that I'm dealing with in my department were unforeseen, which is often the case in HR. Andrew and I continue to work on the policy manual project. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to meet our deadline at the end of the year, but we continue to work toward that. We are making self-imposed. Yes, I like deadlines. But anyway, there was a method to my madness as far as that deadline, because next year is going to be really heavy with negotiations. I believe 8 or 9 contracts are expiring next year, so it's going to be a very busy year of contract negotiations. So I had wanted to get this project wrapped up first, but sometimes that just doesn't happen. But we will continue to work on that and then present it to the board for your review and approval. And once that happens, roll it out to folks. Keep in mind the original policy manual, while it has been tweaked over the years, I believe the original manual was drafted in 1984. So it's been around even longer than me. Not by a whole lot, but by a little bit. So it definitely, I mean, we're finding a lot of things that need to be updated, and so it's just been slow going, but much needed. So you can expect to see that hopefully in the first quarter of 2024. And I just want to say quickly how much I enjoy working with all of you. You know, I have the unique opportunity to work with all of you, where sometimes your paths don't necessarily cross in your day-to-day work, but I'm fortunate to work with the board and with all of you. So thank you for making what I do easier. I appreciate that.
Thank you for your work.
Thank you very much.
Michelle.
I had mentioned to the residents yesterday that I was going to be coming up here in the morning, and they have a message for the community. They want to say thank you to everyone. We are very fortunate at Dayspring to always know how much we're loved and appreciated. And during Christmas time, it's just even that much more. We've had a number of churches and civic groups and just regular families come out, making them cookies. They're going to bring them donuts. They went caroling all the way down the hallways. Little gift bags, wish lists, you name it. And our community has always stepped up and continues to for the residents of Dayspring. Some of our residents do not have family, or their family is not a part of their lives. So it means a lot to our people, not just the residents, but to the staff too, as we seem to mother hen our people, that they are not forgotten, and they want to make sure that everybody knows that they appreciate that. It means a lot to them. We also, shockingly enough, have a hiring situation. We are in need of some really exceptional nurses aides. Dayspring is a unique place, and I always tell people that you need special people to take care of special people. And if you would like to join Dayspring's team, you are part of something that's lasted almost 200 years. And your legacy will always be intact at Dayspring because you will be one of us. So if you are interested in a job as a nurse's aide, please reach out to us. We are on Facebook. You can call Dayspring itself. We would love to hear from you. Our Nurses Station Edition was a huge project that we added on to, and we were finally able to get our fire alarm permit so we could actually use the space. And it was a good thing too, because unfortunately we needed to use it for its intended purposes. We had to use it to quarantine a few people. I'm happy to report that it actually worked exactly how it was supposed to. And that's not usually the case when you are building something just out of what you think. So it worked. We're very happy with it. So that was a wonderful project that we were able to do with block grant money. The next project we're going to be doing with block grant money is replacing our boilers that were from the 80s. I will feel much better once this winter is over and we can get the new boilers in, so I don't have to worry about the unfortunate thing if the boilers were to stop working and we're freezing. So that is the big project that we got going on next year. And Merry Christmas from Dayspring.
Well, thank you. Janet, what's going on in child support?
Child support, we're just 2 months into our fiscal year, and we're already just over 1.9 million, which is about 73% of what we need to collect. Our new system was supposed to be up by the end of this year, so they pushed it back a couple of weeks. Mid-January is what they're saying, so hopefully that will work out and we can get that. We do have 2 new projects that we're taking on this year. new House bill came through, so we will be working on caretaker cases where the caretaker does not have legal custody of the child. So we're gonna have to be doing a little more investigating as to where these children are at and proving that they're actually with the caretaker so that we can redirect the child support. So that's gonna be something new that we were in that 20 years ago, but then we had some change from the 5th District Court. So now we're back to that again. So that's gonna be interesting for a lot of the people that haven't been there for a long time. And we're also kind of reviving the Order to Seek Work program throughout the state. So we'll be working with OMJ, trying to find out some barriers for some people, trying to maybe clean up some, issues that are keeping them from getting a job, and then maybe getting them over to OMJ to help them find placement for jobs or what they may need. Maybe it's more education and stuff like that. So we'll be doing that. So we've got a lot coming up this year. So new things to learn.
Okay.
That's
Thank you, Janet. Amanda?
I've actually got some exciting things other than the crap that I have. We had our biosolids record review. We passed that, which is great with the EPA. We always like to say that. We are in need of a billing code, so we're looking for employment as well. We've got our ad out for the month of December. We're hoping to get lots of applications for that. We're working hard. Pat and I are working on the Belleville upgrade. We're still having plans, getting that underway so that we can break ground on schedule. And my other exciting news is we have waited almost a year and a half for a generator. The generator was not supposed to ship until January 25 of 24, and my generator is in. It won't go online for a couple of weeks yet because we have to get all the wiring and everything inspected. But we've got a generator at State Route 39 and should be up and running next month. So that's my greatest excitement. That's getting done. And I wanted to say, we have a gentleman retiring. William Muncie is retiring. His last day is January 5th. But we are doing an open house tomorrow from 1 to 3 for anyone that wants to come out and talk to him and see him. I know everybody's schedules are crazy with holidays, so we wanted to give everybody the opportunity to come do that. So you're more than welcome to come out and see him and say goodbye. He's been the county, and he's been a great asset to us.
All right, so good morning, everyone. Okay, so update on the tornado sirens. All repairs that have been referred to us have been completed. We have had no reports of sirens not working since the end of August, so that's an awesome thing. The sirens are tested the last Wednesday of every month. And we've got some wonderful spotters out there in the community now that have learned to reach out to us and tell us if they're not working, so I haven't had any reports lately. I'm working with Andrew and Captain Sweat as regards to the RFP for Mark's upgrade. We've got 3 quotes that came in that one of them was over $2 million, which was extremely awesome. Way out of whack, so that's interesting. No weather events, as Commissioner Mears mentioned, thank goodness. We are updating contact information, so if we reach out to you, we're just trying to update our contact information to make sure we have that updated, should we need to reach out to you. Based on our after action meeting for the June deratio from 22, we have done extensive upgrades or some, improvements to the EOC. We now have county, municipality, and township maps that are actually framed and mounted, hanging on the walls. The siren map for the tornadoes is also hanging up there. Also, the siren map is now on the EMA page of the county website. The interactive map, I've reached out to regional planning and I've got to meet with them after the first of the year. IT, we've updated some things and we now have a scanner and things in there. So we're really, hopefully, when we need it, it will be ready to go.
Eclipse update, next public meeting will be January 23rd at Pioneer. We've had multiple speaking engagements over the last few months and have quite a few books already for 2024. I would encourage you to look at the not only the county website, which has a great Eclipse page on there, and Matt keeps updating that, but also the Chamber and Destination Mansfield. There are a couple more events that have started to pop up, so those are on the websites. I have not seen any additional viewing sites be added.
Fairgrounds is having a party, man. Fairgrounds, Kelly, get your RV ready to roll and reserve your spot.
And
I think I gotta be in the EOC, don't I, or something? Oh.
sure,
Are you catering that EOC, that group in the EOC? We got cots.
yeah, cots, the whole 9 yards, we've got obviously multiple new elected officials, so we're reaching out to them. I'm looking forward to having more engagement with the city of Mansfield. That's been kind of light over the years, primarily been involved with the fire department, but now I think that we're off to a good start and we'll see some changes there. And the new fire chief has already reached out to us. And mark your calendars, incarceration is July 19th through 21st next year.
Since it's right next to Dayspring, we are very aware of it. It's hard to get to work. It's hard to go home. It's just loud.
Sure.
So a thought just occurred to me when you were discussing the eclipse. I wonder if I could charge you with the responsibility of coming up with like a theme song.
I have a whole list of them.
I was saying like, a reversal of Here Comes the Sun from the Beatles, like There Goes the Sun. It's an idea.
Yeah.
Not a good idea, but an idea. Carl, do you have any questions for our directors?
No, very interesting though. Thank you very much.
Okay, anything, Al?
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, before you go, I think I speak for the Board of Commissioners as a whole, that I think we feel that you are all collectively the best at what you do, and the service you provide to the county and its residents is unsurpassed. So thank you so much for all you do. You really are the best.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
support.
Yes.
Thanks.
We are appreciated of you, all of you. And have you seen the new video?
Yes.
Well, it's on the website now.
Thousands of views all over. People are commenting left and right on it, so.
They are coming to the EMA on Monday.
For the next branding video. Yeah, because some people were saying, well, you didn't get this area or you didn't get, so we had a minute and 20 seconds. So, we can't, the carousel was a big one that people had mentioned, but I said, I think we're going to get that in the next one. You can only do so many downtown Mansfield. So if the carousel came in, what was going to go out? So that shows that people liked it.
We had a suggestion.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much for taking your time out to brief us on what's going on.
Michelle and Missy, just got a quick second.
Thanks for coming. See ya.
So what's your
It's gonna recess.
Pardon me?
recess?
Yeah. Commissioner stands in recess until 11:15 when we'll,
Library
our engineer Adam go.
meeting.
What is your
How we doing?
At 11:15 a.m., the Richland County Board of Commissioners is back in session. Could I have a motion to go into executive session?
So move.
Second.
The purpose of.
For the purpose of union negotiations.
Commissioner Mears?
Yes.
Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Rivera?
Yes.
I move to go into executive session. Sorry, I forgot to unmute it.
It is 11:43. The Richland County Board of Commissioners is leaving executive session where we discussed union negotiations. There's no action to be taken at this time. We would like to go into regular session with the Board of Commissioners. Other business. First event. Brubaker Road Bridge Replacement. Adam, you wanna hit on what that's all about?
Sure. So we recently received bids for a bridge replacement on Brubaker Creek Road. This is a township road up on the border of Franklin and Weller Townships. Those were received on November 30th. We received 5 bids for the work. Parent low bidder is Crawford Construction Company out of Gallion with a bid of $624,097.70. Our estimate for this work was $543,517 even. So this is over our estimate, but thanks to the recent law change, which allows you to award in excess of 20% over the engineer's estimate, this I think came in at, that's about 14%.
See what happens there? We send Marilyn a state house and she's just like 20%. Okay.
14.9, but right.
Okay. Overall happy. We had, like I said, 5 bidders. 3 of those were pretty close. So I think this is representative of the work that needs to happen. We were off on our estimate with a couple items that made a pretty big difference. I guess I would ask for an award to Crawford Construction.
So moved.
Second.
The question,
Absolutely.
how much is ODOT contributing?
So this is funded 95% by state funds, which are administered by ODOT and the County Engineers Association. Have 95% of the construction and inspection services covered.
Commissioner Mears?
Yes.
Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Commissioner Vero?
Yes.
This work requires authorizing some legislation because state money is involved.
Correct.
And I have a motion to approve that legislation.
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Mears?
Yes.
Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Commissioner Vero?
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk about the Reinhardt Road Bridge replacement, Adam.
Same thing. We received bids on the same date, November 30th, for a bridge replacement project on Reinhardt Road, which is in Jefferson Township, just off of Possum Run Road. We received 8 bids for this work. The apparent low is R&I Construction out of their bid was $444,512.27. Our estimate for this work was $442,891 even.
Within 0.4%.
We were real close there.
You must not have done that. Payne must have done that estimate. Motion.
Second.
Commissioner Mears?
Yes.
Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Commissioner Vero?
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to resurfacing.
Okay. So we are going to be applying or asking for permission to apply to the Ohio Public Works to resurface 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts of 7 different roads for a total of 15 miles. This is a ask for a 40% grant up to $500,000. Total project current estimate is 1.25 million. Basically just need authorization to apply and sign any necessary paperwork for that grant.
You have a motion?
Second.
Commissioner Mears?
Yes.
Commissioner Banks? Commissioner Vero?
Yes.
Similar issue with bridges, right?
Correct. same situation, applying to OPWC for 5 bridge replacements. Same current estimate is 1.25 million for all work on those 5 bridges.
0.25 million,
Yes,
exactly the same as the resurfacing.
correct.
Okay,
Motion,
Second.
Commissioner Mears.
yes,
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow.
yes.
very consistent in your numbers. Okay. And the last item on the Shelp Road Bridge, did you want to recap that one?
Yep. So we recently applied and received funding from CEAO, administered through ODOT. For funding to replace a bridge on Shoup or Shoup, depending on how you pronounce it. Shoup Road up in Plymouth Township. This would cover the project cost at 95% state funding as well.
1.25 million?
No, we're a little off on this one. So the current project cost for construction and inspection is $731,600. This is just a very preliminary estimate because there are no plans at this point. This is just the initial application. Funding for that project wouldn't be available until 2020, I believe.
Oh, so this is long term.
It's a ways out there.
Motion to approve resolution and agreement with ODOT for Shelp Road Bridge.
Second.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes, but I'd rather do it on Shoup Road.
Commissioner Barrow.
Yes. Is it Shelp or Shoup?
We've always said Shoup.
That's all, but it says OU, so I was gonna say Shoup, but
Let's talk about Adaraya.
yeah, I know. Probably,
Area.
probably, I don't know. I always called it Shoup, but I went with what Mears
I
said.
always call Randy Brandy too, so that's okay.
I shouldn't listen to Mears.
So, Carl, you have any questions?
Well, I was over in Houston the other day, but I had to stop and go through Arusha.
What
On my way
about
to-
Worcester?
Yeah, on my way to Bellefontaine. So yeah, Ohio's a weird state. A few questions, some of which are because audio kind of clipped out on me a little bit. Going back to Brubaker Creek Road Bridge, when will that work likely be done? How big a span is that? Do you know how old it is?
Sure. I wrote all those down because I figured you would ask, Carl. So
Thank you, sir.
yes. Hopefully we'll get started here in the spring, talking with the contractor. They did want to get started on this one first part of the construction season. It is existing is a 37-foot span built in 1969. It's steel beams on concrete abutments. We will be putting in a 58-foot span concrete box beams on concrete abutments.
Okay. Looking at the Reinhardt Road Bridge replacement, I didn't get the name of the construction company and where they're from.
Sure. It's the letter R and I Construction. And they are from Tiffin.
And I believe the bid was 444,512.27, and the estimate was 442,891.
Correct.
And similar question, when, how big and how old?
Sure. So the current bridge was built in 1954, the 23-foot span steel beams on timber abutments. We will be replacing it with a 45-foot span concrete box beam structure on concrete abutments. And that one is funded by the Ohio Public Works Commission, OPWC, at approximately 45%.
The rest comes out of your funds, Adam?
Correct.
Okay. On the road resurfacing, you said parts of 7 different roads covering 15 miles. Is that asphalt or a mix of asphalt with other projects, or
So it's split between what we've done here over the last couple of years. Part of that will be the hot mix asphalt. And part of that will be the old constructed asphalt.
Now, the 1.25 million, is that the max that you can apply for this, or is that, how does that work?
So that equates to their max, which is, but it's not a max, but it's what we typically shoot for, is not more than 500,000 in a grant request. So we know we're real close to that 1.25 million for project cost, and that gets us our 40% covered by a grant up to that 500,000.
Okay. And the OPWC bridge grant seeking 5 bridge replacements, is that a similar because the 1.25 million also? You're
Correct.
trying to get 40% or
Yep.
more? Okay. Right. I think that's what I had. Thank you very much.
Hey, good questions, Carl. Thank you. Al, do you have any questions?
Yeah, Adam, the Reinhardt, this done this year too?
Yes, yeah, we've talked with them as well. They want to start that first part of the spring.
I'm assuming the paving is for summer of 24.
Yes, we hope to have it in late summer of 24. If there's something that happens, it would be pushed to 25, but right now the plan is late summer 24.
And then let's see. Back up. Did you say when the Troop Road was, when you were looking, you said not available until what, 26?
27 or 28.
And the bridges are how far down the road?
The OPWC bridges will be a mix. Hopefully we can get 1 or 2 of those done this summer, late into fall. If not, the rest will happen in the next construction season in 25.
Would you happen to get a total cost on all these projects that, you've presented today? A rough, a rough total.
Like it's about 3.6, 3.4 or 4.3, 4.4 million.
Okay, so that's everything on the list today.
Wait, let me double check my numbers here. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, the other question I had, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. You said on that one that was like 14% over, there were some things that you underestimated the cost on. Were these types of things that people are having supply side problems getting, or?
I think that's part of it. The big one that I noticed were actually the bearings that the box beams are going to sit on. Had some steel plates involved. I think the manufacturer of those steel plates is what made a significant increase in those costs. As far as supply chain, I think we've seen here over the last several months, things are starting to eat up a little bit.
Amanda Miller said during department heads meeting, she finally got a generator that she wasn't expecting until 25. So I guess there's some proof to what you just said.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's all I had. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Al.
If I could just real quick on the 2 bridges, Brubaker Creek and Reinhardt Road. I assume road closures in both, and you have a time estimate for how long the road will be closed while the work is done?
Yes, so both roads will be closed. I think we allowed, oh boy, either 60 or 90 days on both of those.
Okay,
I'd have to
thanks.
double check the plan to confirm.
Well, if you see something different, just let me know.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Carl. Is there any other business to come before the Board of Commissioners at this time?
Nope.
Hearing none, Richland County Board of Commissioners stands adjourned at 11:59 a.m.